I'm here with Albert Linessis, the DJ, the official DJ of the UFC. Albert, first, I got to ask you, how did you even get that gig? How did you get the Covenant UFC DJ spot?
First off, my dream gig. I'm a three-time national DJ champion, but holding the title of the official DJ of the UFC is like the biggest thing for me. I've been a UFC fan since it started in 1992. Used to train under Sharam Musavi. Actually, still train under Sharam Musavi and Jeet Kune Do. Trained under Megaton Diaz in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Fell in love with the art. Was doing radio in Phoenix. I put together a mix CD so that I could train. After I got done doing this mixtape, which was compiled of music that makes you want to just fight, hit the heavy bag, do some takedowns, I told my girl, I said, hey, if Dana White ever hears this mix CD, he'll ask me to be the DJ for the UFC. Told all my friends, told my team. Everybody thought I was crazy. So for 4 years, I kept mailing this CD to Dana White at the UFC offices, priority mail. He never got it. Every time I'd come to Vegas, I'd carry the CD. Lo and behold, 4 years later, I get to meet Dana White. I'm DJing at LAX at the time. He's there. I have him come into the DJ booth. I give him the CD. I tell him that if he listens to it, I won't waste his time, that he'll understand what I'm talking about, that I could take the entertainment value of the UFC, not that they needed it, but I could take it to the next level, draw some block rocking beats on the audience and the fighters. A month later, he called me up, flew me to Boston to DJ a private party for him with the House of Pain. A month later, he made it official, told me I'd be starting with the UFC. That was going on 7 years ago, and still dropping beats at the arenas and happy to be here.
That's incredible. So who's the first call? Who's the first person you call to say, I made it, I got the call, I got the gig? Who'd you call?
Holy cow. That's awesome you brought that up. First person was my girl. She didn't answer the phone. Then I called my boy, Eric Rocha, who had believed in me for 4 years, even developed a website just to showcase that mix in hopes that Dana would hear it. I called him up. I actually drove around Vegas for 45 minutes aimlessly, not knowing what to do. I was starving, I was hungry, but I was so excited. I didn't know what I wanted to eat, didn't know where I wanted to go, so I was driving around Vegas for like 45 minutes, not knowing what to do, wanting to call the entire world. So it was awesome.
That's amazing. And I got to imagine performing, at an event, a UFC event, it's got to be a little bit different than, say, you're doing like a club show. How are the differences between the two, or are they very similar?
At a club show, I'll do like usually a 2-hour, 2.5-hour set, so I have time to get the audience into it, the crowd into it, build up a momentum. At the UFC events, sometimes I'll get like maybe 2 minutes, 90 seconds, 3 minutes, and in that short period of time, I gotta have the most impact that I could have for the moment. So it's boom, 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 taking little snippets of songs, whether it's rock, EDM, trap, hip hop, combining it all together to try to get the crowd as hyped as possible.
And now I've talked to you before. You don't just go and put songs together that are popular for the day. I've heard you tell me before that you take into account the fighters that are fighting, the different guys, whether it's maybe a Carlos Condit or a Big Rig, or somebody, but you take that into account.
Exactly. I try to figure out what I think the fighter is going to be into, what the audience is going to be into at the time, and the energy in the arena, and then I go from there. Some fighters I could tell might lean more towards a Rage Against the Machine, 5-finger death punch, where some other fighters might lean more towards EDM or some hip hop. So I try to think about that, try to combine it all together, try to make everybody as happy as possible.
What's been probably the most memorable event for you? I know that me personally, I've been there when you've been DJing, when say there's been an Irish crowd that's gone crazy or a Brazilian crowd that's gone crazy. Are there any memories that really stand out that, man, I can't believe this is happening?
All right. First fight, UFC 98. I was so nervous, blown away. It was amazing. Then we also have when we first time we went to Toronto at the Rogers Center, 55,000 seats. Then recently in Melbourne, Australia, for the Ronda Rousey and Holly Holm fight. That was incredible. Also, the UFC weigh-ins that we did for UFC 189. Oh my God, with Conor McGregor and all the Irish fans, it was through the roof. And that was just a weigh-in. And I'm talking like the energy in the MGM Grand Arena was just insane. I mean, people always overuse the word epic, but it was literally epic. It was crazy.
I think it's amazing. I think you've been lucky enough to find one of those jobs that's probably a lot of people's dream jobs. You know, you're creating art for a living. Can you maybe just say, like, what got you into DJing and wanting to be a DJ, and what would you maybe say to somebody that's out there aspiring to do what you do?
I knew that I wanted to be a DJ from the time that I was a kid. I heard Grandmaster Flash, Herbie Hancock. I saw Herbie Hancock's concert on ABC TV with Grand Mixer DST up there scratching, and I was like, that's what I want to do. And that's all I've ever done. I've been lucky to do that. Had a job at McDonald's when I was 17. Best job I ever had, because it taught me that I wanted to work hard so I didn't have to flip burgers again. So I've just been DJing, been lucky enough to do that. To any aspiring DJs, I would say put the music first, the audience, having a good time second, and stay grounded. Everybody wants to be a DJ today, but you got to do it because you love the music. You love making people happy. You love putting stuff together, but stay grounded. You know what I mean? That's all I can say on that one.
All right, and finally, besides finding you at one of these UFC events where somebody can hear you, where can they see you next?
Next Friday, February 12th, I'll be in Atlantic City at Harrah's, the Pool After Dark, rocking some tunes there. A week later, looking forward to going to Pittsburgh, rocking some tunes there. So you can log onto my website, AL3.com, and find out where I'll be.
Cool. And yeah, you got a Twitter handle, anything that people can follow you on?
ALMF3 is my Twitter handle. Also from my SoundCloud, ALMF3. You can go there, get all my mixes absolutely free. Bump them in your iPhone, your Android, in your car, what have you. All my mixes free, SoundCloud, ALMF3.